A tsunami alert has been issued for Vanuatu following a powerful earthquake near the capital Port Vila. The magnitude 7.3 earthquake hit just off the coast at 12:45 Australian Eastern Daylight Time at a depth of 57 kilometres. There are early reports of landslides and structural damage in Port Vila. Pictures from the capital show damage to the building housing the New Zealand, French, US and UK embassies. Authorities are monitoring for signs of a tsunami. They have confirmed there is no tsunami threat to Australia. Katie Green is the head of Asia Pacific Regional Office with the International Federation of Red Cross, and she joins us now from Suva in Fiji. Katie, we should say we're speaking to you because communications are very patchy with Vanuatu following this quake, but you have managed to speak to a colleague there. What have they told you?
Hi, Ros. Yes, we have managed to make contact with the head of our disaster management team there with Vanuatu Red Cross for a short period before we got cut off, and we haven't been able to re-establish contact. What we heard from Augustine is that there is significant damage that they are hearing about and that they have experienced themselves in the Red Cross office there. They had a lot of furniture flung around. We're seeing that come through in pictures from quite a few offices in Port Vila. We've seen, as you're seeing now, a lot of damage to buildings and infrastructure. I saw some photos that made my blood run cold of the downtown area in Port Vila, of market areas or shops with roofs that have collapsed. I saw part of a building collapsed onto a four-wheel drive vehicle. We haven't heard at the moment about any casualties, but I will be shocked if we don't hear that bad news coming through from Port Vila at some point. So yes, widespread damage. It's very sad and quite frightening to see this destruction.
And Augustine, your colleague, is in Port Vila itself, is she?
Yes, he's the head of our disaster management services with the Vanuatu Red Cross there. And the team there are very prepared, very experienced team. We have enough pre-positioned relief supplies to service 4,000 households in Vanuatu. And we're hearing about damage not just in the capital of Port Vila, but also in some of the provincial areas like in Santo in the north.
And I guess there'd be aftershocks too, which will make the situation even more dangerous.
That's right. We're hearing of some aftershocks around about 4.7, which is in itself is not insignificant. So that will be a very frightening experience for people on the ground in Port Vila at the moment as well. And we have also heard reports there is a tsunami warning in place, not just in Vanuatu, but in other parts of the Pacific as well. It's really difficult to establish that contact at the moment. The pictures that people are seeing are probably coming out via satellite communications. Our team at the moment are trying to establish some of their own satellite communications. We know that. And so hopefully we will have more information in the hours ahead.
Do you know Port Vila, Katie?
I do. I've been there many times. Yes, I've been there many times, and I really have deep relationships with a lot of people in Vanuatu. So it is quite frightening for us, and we really hope and pray that everyone in Vanuatu, can come together. It's a very resilient country because it does need to withstand a lot of these shocks a lot of the time, but this looks like an incredible something that I have never seen, certainly in Vanuatu before, and one of the most damaging quakes in the Pacific in my sort of 20 years of working in this area as well. So it is quite a built-up area in Port Vila. The downtown area is full of large buildings, hotel, lots of infrastructure, shops, and what we're seeing is real damage. I had heard also in some provincial areas of large cracks in buildings. So I would say that there would be a lot of confusion happening there at the moment, but I'm sure that authorities who are very experienced in disaster response will be getting a handle on this as quickly as possible.
Okay. So you say you already have supplies on the ground in Vanuatu. What will be the priorities, though, in terms of aid and helping people?
Well, certainly first aid, I would assume, is going to be very much in the thoughts of everybody at the moment, making sure that people can be found and are safe and are being treated. for any personal damage that might have happened. Then we're going to be looking at key areas of making sure that shelter is safe for people, and other infrastructure areas. We want to make sure that there's clean drinking water for people. Really, I think these are going to be the key areas of lives and livelihoods, and making sure that people have shelter today.
And are you planning to try and get more people in Vanuatu to help with the rescue and recovery effort?
I certainly, from what we can see of the damage coming through at the moment, it looks like that may be required, the size of the response that may be required. We will certainly be led by our team on the ground, and we'll work with partners to triangulate some information around what's required. We'll be as local as we possibly can in the response, but as international as we need to be, and we are definitely here to support the team, and we'll be sending people if we need to, and we're well prepared to do that.
Okay. Katie Greenwood, very good to talk to you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.